Hello and welcome to the latest edition of your free 25-minute Pilates Punx workout. I am going to get you through a nice full body workout that is for all levels, so we can add in some modifications. We could use a fitball in today's workout. If you don't have one, don't stop yet. You can do everything without our props. We also might sprinkle in some light hand weights. So grab them if you have them nearby. If you don't have them, that's okay. We can just keep going without them. So I'm gonna start my timer so we get our full 25 minutes and we will get started. All right, let's start off laying on our back, and we can place that fitball in between your knees. If you don't have a fitball, you can have your feet in line with your hip bones. Arms are lengthened by the side. Take a nice deep inhale in through the nose, exhale out through the mouth. Try to relax your shoulders down into the mat. If you have that ball, we can give a little gentle squeeze into it for a little bit of a pelvic floor connection. Nice deep inhale in through the nose, exhaling, sinking that navel to spine. Big inhale, we want to draw that breath out to the sides of the ribs all the way into your upper back. And then as we exhale, feel that rib cage knit together, sink the navel to spine. Inhale, lift the hips up. Exhale, our arms go up and over. Keep your arms reaching back as we round down one vertebrae at a time. We exhale, draw the arms down. We're going to tuck that pelvis, lift up into a bridge. Reach our arms up and over. Keep the arms reaching back as we round down. When your tailbone touches down to the mat, then we draw the arms back down by the side. Again, inhale, hips lift. Exhale, arms go up and over. Arms keep reaching back, rounding down one vertebrae at a time, and then exhale, arms draw down. We can give a little squeeze into that ball as we lift, and we can continue holding our squeeze as we round down. Arms will draw back by the side. We can take that ball now out of the way, and we're gonna lay on our side, lining our back up with the edge of the mat. You want your shoulders and your hips back there. Your legs are drawn to tabletop in front of you, hands behind the neck and head, elbows close up. Make sure you're not pulling down on that neck. Knees stay stacked as we open that top elbow up. You're gonna rotate to look long past it. Big inhale, and then we exhale, close. Again, deep inhale, exhale, we open. Big inhale, exhale, we close. One more here, deep inhale. Exhale, we can open up, rotate, look long past your elbow, keep your knees stacked. Big inhale, and exhale, we'll close. And then we're gonna switch sides. We're gonna lay down on the opposite side, again, lining your back up with the edge of the mat. We want to draw our legs together in front of you. In our tabletop position, so your knees are stacked. Hands behind the neck and head, elbows are closed up. Big inhale here, and exhale, open up. Rotating to look long past that open elbow. Big inhale, and exhale, we can close. Again, deep inhale, exhale, open up. Make sure that top knee is not sliding back. Big inhale, and exhale, we'll close again. One more here, big inhale, exhale, open up. Keep those knees glued together. Big inhale, and exhale, we can close. From here, we can go ahead and make our way to our hands and knees. We want our knees to be under our hips. Our hands are right under the shoulders. On our inhale, we are going to reach our right arm forward, taking the left leg back. So you can start with the leg and then the arm, finding your balance first. And we can lower the hand and knee, and then try arm and leg at the same time. Find your balance, lower the hand and the knee. Right arm, left leg, we're alternating. Lower the hand, lower the knee. Left arm, right leg. Reaching long, find your balance in the center, lower down. Inhale, right arm, left leg, reach it long. And lower. And left arm, right leg. Inhale as you reach, exhale to lower. And then we can sit back on your heels, take a nice big child's pose, reaching our arms long. We'll round up one vertebrae at a time. We're gonna make our way to laying down on our back, getting ready for our hundreds here. So lifting our legs up to tabletop. We have the option of staying in tabletop or extending. Nice big inhale. On our exhale, we round up through the chest. Keep your gaze at your belly button. Start pumping the arms. If your legs are long, take the heels together, toes apart. If your legs are in tabletop, hold the legs in parallel. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep going here. I want you to make sure you're keeping your gaze right at your belly button. Your shoulders are gliding down and back. Your rib cage has a little fold at the base of it, so we're lifting from that sternum. It's not the neck taking tension. Pumping the arms like you're splashing the surface of water. We round up a little bit more, pull the legs back to tabletop, and relax back down. Our feet can go onto the mat and we can be hip bone distance apart. If you have that fitball, go ahead and tuck it between the knees once again. We're going to keep our feet firmly planted on our mat. On our inhale, chin towards chest, we're going to round our way all the way up to sitting. If your feet are trying to lift, you might need to slide the feet a little further away from you. And then we slowly peel down one vertebrae at a time. Your neck and head are the final thing to come back. Again, chin towards chest, we're going to round our way all the way up and sit tall. And then find your C curve and slowly round right back down. Your neck and head are the final thing to draw back. Feet are firmly planted, chin towards chest, rounding up, sit tall. And then find that scoop of the belly, shoulders are gliding down, relaxing back down into the mat. As you're doing this work, if you have that ball, we can give it a little bit of a squeeze. And as we are rounding back down, you want to make sure that you're not letting gravity take over. We'll really want to connect into the abs in both directions. From here, we can go ahead and remove that ball from between the legs, and we can place it underneath your tailbone so that we are balancing on it. If you don't have a ball, you are just laying down on the mat, but we're going to lift our legs up to tabletop. We want to keep this same bend in the knee, and we're going to hinge from the right hip to lower down and tap the mat. Exhale to lift. Left side hinge to lower, tap, exhale and lift. We're going to alternate, and we want to make sure your back is not arching up. We want to make sure the bend of your knee is not changing. And we can either continue alternating or do a double leg lower and lift for more of a challenge. As long as your back is not arching, then you can lower as low as you can. If you feel that back starting to pick up, then you will not go quite as far. Sink your navel to spine to lift back up. Relax those shoulders down. Exhale, navel to spine to lift. Again, inhale, hinging to lower. Exhaling to draw back up. And then we can go ahead, plant the feet back down, take that ball out from underneath you, round down one vertebrae at a time. You might feel that sacrum feels a little more open on your mat. Reach that ball up over your chest, and we're gonna lift the legs to tabletop and open the knees wide while the heels stay together. We're gonna round up, reach that ball through your legs, and then round right back down. Again, chest lifts up, we round up, reach through the legs, and round back down. We're gonna get that little fold at the base of the rib cage. Again, we round up, reaching, keep the shoulders gliding down and back, and round back down onto the mat. As we're doing this, we can add a little squeeze into the ball. If you don't have a ball, you can keep your hands clasped together. And we are going to continue working our abs here. Rounding up, reaching through the legs, and rounding down. We can round up on this last one and pull higher and higher and higher. Keep reaching and reaching and reaching, and round back down all the way. Lower our feet down. Take the ball into the left hand. Your right arm is long by your side, palm facing up. Tabletop legs, we're going to round up and twist up and over to the left side, rounding back down all the way. The right hand reaches that ball to the left hand. The left hand is not lifting up to meet it. We round up and over to the left side and draw all the way back. Get that right shoulder closer to your left thigh. Get that squeeze into our left oblique. We round up and over and come all the way back. Again, get that right shoulder up and over closer to your left side. We're going to round up and then keep your lift pulsing further and further and further to the left, squeezing into that left oblique deeper. We round down. Lower your feet, relax your arms. Take the ball into your left hand. Your right arm's by your side, palm is up. Lift the legs to tabletop. We round up and over to the right now and draw back down. We're going to twist up and over, getting that squeeze into your right oblique and rounding back down. Your left shoulder will go closer to your right side. And we're going to continue along with this, getting that connection into your right side. Rounding up and drawing back down. Exhale on your lift and draw back. We're going to round up and lower with control. We can round up and squeeze into your right oblique, reaching further and further and further, breathing into your work. Keep reaching, and we can round down all the way and lower the feet back down. Relax the arms once again. We're going to keep our feet planted hip bone distance apart and round our way all the way up to sitting up on that mat once again. We want to find a nice C curve, like you're a ball. So we're going to set the ball aside and become the ball. Hands go to the outsides of the ankles, and we're going to rock back and forth, catching yourself so that you are keeping your heels close to the tush and your feet are not touching the mat. Your hands are on the outsides of the ankles. Your knees are as wide as your shoulders. You're going to keep your gaze at your navel point. Let's go for 5 rocks here. Rocking back and scooping the abs in and up to come back up. And 4. Make sure you don't go up into the shoulders or onto your neck. 2 more rocks here. And 1 more. We can come back up all the way, or you can continue with a few more if you got the hang of it. I want you to make sure you're connecting into the abs. And then we'll take that ball with us, and we lay down on our mat. Reach that ball up over our chest. We're going to give it a squeeze. Pull the right knee in, left leg long, lift up through the chest, and we squeeze the ball as we alternate which knee is pulled in. Inhale with our right leg, exhale with our left leg. Inhale, right leg, squeeze that ball so we get the arms working. Inhale, right, exhale, left. And long legs now. We're going to circle that ball around our legs in a little figure 8. So we're alternating long legs. Try to keep reaching long out of the hip. Alternating, making figure 8s around the leg, alternating through and through. Keeping that chest lifted, keeping your gaze at your navel point. Keep switching, and then pull the knees in. Relax the neck and head. We're going to take that ball and place it in between our ankles next. We're going to pull the knees into the chest, place your hands on your shin, lift up through the chest, keep your chest lifted, reach the legs forward, arms back, and then pull back in. Give that ball a little squeeze with the inner thighs and draw back in. Inhale, reach it long, exhale, navel to spine, draw back in. Inhale, arms are in line with your ears, squeeze that ball, exhale it in. Inhale, reach, and exhale it in. And we can relax the neck and head. We are going to lift the legs up to the ceiling. Hands go behind the neck and head. 2 long legs. Lift up through the chest. Inhale, lower your legs. Squeeze the ball as you exhale to lift. Inhale, lengthen and lower. Squeeze the ball. Exhale to lift. I want you to make sure you're reaching long out of your hips. You're keeping that navel to spine connection. Inhale, lower. Exhale to lift. Inhale, lengthen and lower. Squeeze that ball to lift. And we can go ahead and relax back down. We'll take that ball out from between our ankles. Feet are planted. Reach that ball up to the ceiling. Chin towards chest. Round your way all the way up. And then from here, we can go ahead and grab our hand weights. We're going to take that ball out of the way, set it aside. And we want to have 1 single weight to start. We're going to come to our hands and knees once again. Hands are under the shoulders, knees are under the hips. Your right hand grabs the weight. Your left leg will lengthen behind you. We're going to sweep our right arm back in line with our hip, and then we're going to bend and extend our elbow, keeping our right elbow closely into our rib cage, so we're not letting that bicep move. We want to get that squeeze through the back of the arm. Your hips are nice and even. We have a navel to spine connection, and if it's too much, keep your leg lifted, lower the knee down, and just work with your tricep. Bending and extending that right arm. Flip your palm up to the ceiling. We're going to pump that arm up towards the ceiling higher and higher. Get that squeeze to the back of the arm. And we will bend that elbow. Lower your hand and the weight down. Reaching the arm forward. We hold our balance and sweep the right arm to the right, left leg to the left. Stay lifted, draw back in line. We're going to draw outwards to the side and back in line. 1 more out to the side. Hold your balance here. Draw back in line. Lower the hand, lower the knee. We're going to go through a few cat-cows. We're going to scoop the abs in and up, and then drawing to our cow, sinking through the back, opening the chest. Again, filling up that thoracic spine, drop the head to look at your belly button, and then open up through the chest, going back to our neutral spine. Left hand takes the weight, right leg draws back, left arm goes in line with your hip, and we bend and extend that left arm, keeping our elbow tucked into the side. We're going to have that nice squeeze to the back of the arm. Making sure that as we're doing this, you are keeping your balance in your center, your upper back stays nice and filled up, bending and extending. We bend and extend, keeping that bicep still, lengthen the arm back, and we're going to pulse that arm up higher and higher towards the ceiling. We lower the arm down, set the weight, and then we reach the arm forward. We draw out to the sides with the arm and leg and back in line. Left arm to the left, right leg to the right. Stay lifted back in line. One more, out to the side, hold your balance, draw back in line, lower the hand, lower the knee, sink the glutes back to your heels, and reach your arms nice and long. We're gonna round up again, one vertebrae at a time. Your neck and head are the last thing to come up. And then from here, we're going to come upright, kneeling, facing forward. Our arms are going to be sweeping back, widening through the collarbone, opening up through the chest, and drifting forward. Again, sweep the arms back, get that squeeze to the back of the arm, and drift forward. Growing taller through the crown of the head, lengthening your tailbone straight down towards the mat, keeping our navel to spine connection, going into our chest expansion here. Sweep the arms back, opening up through the chest, and then drift the arms forward. Again, sweep those arms back and let them float forward. I want you to sweep back and then pulse those arms back further and further and further, widening through that collarbone, opening up through those pectoral muscles, and then draw the arms in line with your hips. Palms will face forward. We curl the arms up to a 90-degree bend and then lengthen out. So we've got some bicep curls here. I want you to make sure your bicep is not moving forward and back with the curl of the arm. I want you to think about as if there's a pin in your elbow, so your elbow is stuck in place and it's just bending and extending. As we're doing this work, curl just to a 90-degree bend. You're not trying to touch your shoulders. And then we're gonna hold that 90-degree bend and serve it forward and take it back like you're holding a tray. Serve a tray, take it away. And as you reach your arms forward, make sure that you are not letting your body go with it. Serve that tray and take it away. Arms reach forward and draw back. And we're gonna reach the arms forward again. And then we want to lift them up to shoulder height and circle your arms about the size of a little cake plate here, relaxing our shoulders down and back. We'll reverse the direction of our circles, continue growing taller as we're circling those arms, and we can go ahead and draw those arms back down. We're gonna set our weights now out of the way, and we will make our way to laying on one of our sides so we can get into our glutes. So you wanna line your back up with the edge of the mat. We're gonna draw your legs to tabletop in front of you. You can prop your neck and head up. Your top hand is a kickstand. Your top leg is going to open up towards the ceiling and then lower down, hovering at hip height. It does not rest on the other leg. We lift, squeeze our glutes. We lower to hover. We inhale to open. We exhale, lower and hover. Lifting, make sure you don't roll back off of your stabilizing hip. Lowering, make sure that you don't rest that top leg down. Lift, squeeze the cheeks, and lower to hover at hip bone height. Inhale it up and lower with control. Squeeze the cheeks at the top, lower to your hover. We're gonna lengthen your leg forward, and a long leg, we point the toes, we lift and lower. Again, you wanna make sure you're not rolling backwards off of your stabilizing hip. If you feel yourself rolling backwards, don't lift quite so high. You should feel that gluteus medius really firing up with this. Lift, squeeze the glutes, lower and hover. Inhale, lift, and lower to hover as you exhale. And we're gonna lift and lower. We can bend that knee and then rest it down. Take a second here. We're going to float back up to hip bone height and draw little circles with your knees. So your femur bone is rotating in your hip socket, little donut-sized circles, squeezing your glutes, and we'll reverse the direction of our circles. Breathing through our work, relaxing our shoulders, little guys here, little circles, squeeze those glutes, keep going, and lower it down. Punch out that glute, your heel stays together, and you're gonna lift just the knee up for your clams and lower, squeeze the thighs. Lift, squeeze the glutes, and lower, squeeze the thighs. Keep going here, making sure, again, we're not rolling backwards off of the stabilizing hip. Lifting and lowering, don't let those heels separate. Lift, squeeze the glutes, and we're gonna lift and hold this last one for little pulses up, 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 and we can lower down. Punch out that glute. We're gonna lengthen the legs and turn to lay on our stomach. Our hands can go under the forehead. Float those legs up, and we're gonna click your heels together in and out, pressing your pelvis into the mat, feeding those heels together, floating those legs over the mat, connecting into the glutes and the lower back extensors. And we relax, and of course we will flip sides so we can even it out. Line your back up with the edge of the mat. We're gonna prop your neck and head up. Your top hand is a kickstand. Your legs are drawn to tabletop in front of you, so your knees are in line with your hips. Your ankles are right under the knees. Float your top leg up to hip height, and you open that leg up towards the ceiling, and you lower to hover. Inhale, lift, squeeze the glutes, lower and hover. As you are doing your work, I want you to make sure that you're not rolling backwards off of your stabilizing hip, and I want you to keep that length in your foot, so you're not letting that foot flex. Inhaling to lift, making sure we're not rolling backwards off of our stabilizing hip, and you want to feel that connection to your gluteus medius. So if you feel yourself rocking back, you're coming out of that work. Lengthen the leg, and we continue to lift and lower. Of course, if this is too much, you can continue with our tabletop version, but the longer the leg is ahead of you, the more weight you're technically lifting, the more you're throwing that out from your center. So it's gonna be even more intense lifting. Make sure you're not rolling backwards and lowering to your hover. Lift, squeeze the glutes, and lower to hover. Lift, lower to your hover, bend your knee, and rest the leg down. Take a second. Keep our tabletop bend, float up, draw little donut-sized circles with your knee. Reach long out of your hip socket. You wanna squeeze your glutes, keep circling your leg, breathing here, circling it about, and we can reverse that circle, little donuts here, breathing through our work, relaxing the shoulders as you're laying on your side, and we can rest down. Keep the heels together, lift the knee up towards the ceiling and lower. Lift and lower. I want you to keep your heels glued together. I want you to squeeze your glutes. Make sure we're not rolling backwards off of our stabilizing hip. Get that lift and lower, squeeze the thighs. Lift, squeeze the glutes at the top, and lower, squeeze the thighs. Lifting and lowering, keep those heels glued. We're gonna lift on our top one, last one, little pulses up, 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 up. Squeeze those glutes, lift it up, lower down. We can go ahead and punch out that glute. From here, we're gonna make our way to standing up on our mat. Feet are going to be in a Pilates V, so heels together, toes apart. Chin towards chest, we're gonna round our way down one vertebrae at a time. Your hands find the mat, and we're gonna walk our hands out, and we shift into a plank, so your shoulders are over your wrists. We can also drop to the knees for a modified plank. Elbows are reaching back, and we're gonna lower and lift for 5 push-ups. If push-ups are too much, hold a plank. We wanna keep our back long. It's not about how low you go. If your back starts to arch, then you are going too low. We're gonna pike the hips up, walk the hands back. When your heels touch down, we can round up one vertebrae at a time. Your neck and head should be the last thing to lift up. Standing tall at the top. And we have a second round. So again, we can always round down and drop it to the knees for your push-ups. We're gonna round down one vertebrae at a time, walk the hands out. Shift your shoulders over your wrists, your back is long, and we lower and lift for 5 more push-ups. Squeezing through the back of the arm, keeping that upper back nice and filled up. And after our 5th push-up, we will pike our hips up and walk the hands back. The heels will lower down, head is heavy. We're gonna round up one vertebrae at a time. The shoulders will draw down and back, then the neck and head. And we have a 3rd set. So again, chin towards chest, we will round down. Walk the hands out. I want you to make sure your shoulders are directly over your wrists. Press the hips forward. We can be planking from the knees as well, but we have 5 push-ups per set. So we have another 3 and 2. 1 more. And we're gonna pike our hips up, walking back as your heels touch down. We will round up one vertebrae at a time. Your neck and head are the final thing to come up. Standing nice and tall. And then from here, we're just gonna roll down. You don't have to walk out and do a plank. You're gonna round down to hover your hands over the mat and draw loose circles with your arms, letting those shoulders relax here. Breathing through our work, we can reverse the direction of our circles. Let those arms be heavy, like dead weight, relaxing through this. We're gonna shake the head no, nod the head yes, and then we'll slowly restack the vertebrae. Rounding through, your neck is the last thing to come up, then the head, relax the shoulders, and we can go ahead and
take that fitball, last thing here, we're gonna place it in between our scapula and lay it over that ball. So we wanna think of arching over that ball, and we can draw our arms to goalposts or just out to the side, and we can really open up those pectoral muscles melting around that ball. You wanna have your hips and tailbone on the mat and your head down, and we're just arching over it. And if you want, you can draw nice circles with your arms here just to open up through the shoulders and the chest. We can do 3 in each direction. And reverse, up and around, and back up. Drawing back, opening up, and floating the arms up. Letting that chest open up, really think of stretching those muscles, and we're just kind of taking an oppositional stretch from a hunched position that we often have when we work with computers all day. Relaxing here, we can go ahead and sit up, take that ball out from underneath you, and we are done.
And that is it. We made it through our 25-minute workout. Great job to all of you. If you are enjoying these free YouTube workouts, but you want to help out Pilates Punx, we have a Venmo account set up at Pilates Punx. Any donation amount helps as we're making it through these weird times with all the closures and just the safety precautions and stuff. So be safe. I hope you guys are taking every precaution. Wash your hands. But if you want to help us out, feel free to donate. Even $1 could help. If you have any questions, please always feel free to reach out to me. You can email info@pilatespunx.com or find us on Instagram at PilatesPunxLA. My name's Allie. I'm here with you each week, and I will see you guys next time.